Arsenal's summer transfer plans are gathering momentum, with reports suggesting the club is preparing a move for Paris Saint-Germain winger Bradley Barcola. However, according to Fabrizio Romano, Aston Villa star Morgan Rogers remains Arsenal's top priority despite growing interest in Barcola. Meanwhile, Atletico Madrid striker Julian Alvarez continues to attract attention from Europe's biggest clubs, including Arsenal. In this video, we break down all the latest developments, transfer rumors, and what they could mean for Mikel Arteta's squad ahead of the new season. Bid prepared, Arsenal doing final work before launching Bradley Barcola transfer offer. Arsenal are reportedly looking into some final details before making a bid for Paris Saint-Germain winger Bradley Barcola. The France international, who scored for his country as they beat Senegal in their opening group game at the 2026 World Cup, has long looked like one of the most exciting young attacking players in Europe. According to The Independent, the Gunners are now stepping up their interest in Barcola, though the report also mentions that Liverpool may still also be looking into his situation. Still, it sounds like a bid from Arsenal could come soon as they look to raid their Champions League final opponents PSG for this top attacking player who contributed 13 goals and 5 assists in all competitions in the 2025-26 season. What's been reported about Bradley Barcola and Arsenal? It sounds like the Barcola-Arsenal transfer saga is hotting up, and here's a roundup of some of the other key details that have emerged in recent weeks. June 12, Fabrizio Romano reported that Barcola is among the players Arsenal are looking at, along with Morgan Rogers and Christos Solis. June 12, L'Équipe also reported on Barcola that day, stating that PSG are open to letting the 23-year-old go this summer. May 23, Romano previously also reported on Barcola by describing him as a serious option for Liverpool. May 7, going a bit further back, Florian Plettenberg also reported on the likes of Barcelona and Bayern being among Barcola's admirers. Want more caught offside coverage? Add us as to your favorites list for news you can trust. In other words, it's hard to know precisely where this saga is heading, but the general direction at the moment seems to be that Arsenal's interest is intensifying. This makes sense as the Gunners surely need an upgrade on inconsistent duo Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli on that left-hand side. At the same time, it's perhaps not yet at a particularly concrete or advanced stage, meaning other clubs could surely still get involved. We'll do our best to discuss this story with our sources and bring you exclusive updates as we get them, as well as reporting on what other leading journalists and outlets are saying throughout the summer. Fabrizio Romano says Arsenal want to sign £100 million superstar and will go all in for him. Fabrizio Romano has revealed that Arsenal are determined to sign Morgan Rogers, with the Aston Villa star's stance on a potential move to the Emirates Stadium also emerging. Rogers is one of the best attacking midfielders in the Premier League, and Arsenal are keen on a 2026 summer deal for him. An attacking midfielder by trade, the Villa star is able to play out wide on the left, too. With Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli's future at Arsenal uncertain, Gunners manager Mikel Arteta and sporting director Andrea Berta believe that Rogers would be a good option for the left wing. It will not be a cheap deal to do for Arsenal, though, with Villa looking for at least £100 million for Rogers, according to reliable transfer news outlet Team Talk. Romano has now revealed that Arsenal are determined to sign Rogers, despite having an interest in Paris Saint-Germain winger Bradley Barcola. Arsenal make official inquiries to sign £60 million star who's open to a move, report. Arsenal determined to sign Morgan Rogers. While discussing Liverpool's interest in Barcola, the transfer guru said on his YouTube channel, "I would still mention a name that I have been mentioning for the last months on Liverpool, and it's a name I want to keep there. It's not something new, because if you follow the channel, you know I am always mentioning him, but Bradley Barcola remains a player appreciated by Liverpool. So, we should not forget about Barcola, who is also appreciated by Arsenal, but the priority for Arsenal remains Morgan Rogers. So, Arsenal want to sign Morgan Rogers, and Arsenal will go all in for Morgan Rogers, that's the expectation. Barcola is still on the shortlist, but nothing imminent. Who will win the 2026 Ballon d'Or? France dominate alongside Harry Kane. How Morgan Rogers views a move to Arsenal. Arsenal fans will be delighted to learn about the Gunners' stance on a deal for Rodgers, and the Emirates Stadium faithful will be even more encouraged to know that the 23-year-old himself is ready to leave Villa Park for the North London club. Earlier this month, BBC Sport journalist Sami Mokbel reported that Rodgers is open to joining Arsenal in the summer transfer window. Football Transfers also reported the England international's desire to play for Arsenal and described him as a superstar, adding that the Gunners and Bayern Munich are the only two clubs that Rodgers would seriously consider joining this summer. Handoff Arsenal, too, has reported that Rodgers, who is part of the England squad at the 2026 World Cup, wants to join Arsenal. The X account with almost 333,000 followers, posted on June 16, Morgan Rodgers has given preference to joining the English champions. Other clubs are still actively in the race but acknowledge the player's current preference. Morgan Rodgers has respectfully communicated his desire to leave to senior figures at Villa, significant. Personal terms have been explored and are not a hindrance at all. Morgan Rodgers is sold on the Mikel Arteta project and plan for him. Morgan Rodgers was on the shortlist of attacking reinforcements Arsenal discussed last summer. My understanding is that Villa and Arsenal are in contact through unofficial channels regarding any potential deal. Remember my words, the fee is key to this deal. The player is fully on board. Andrea Berta has asked to be kept fully informed about any other club making a move for Morgan. If Arsenal do make a move, there will be another update. Chelsea, in particular, have been pleading with Morgan to showcase their plan for him, but as of today, the response is Arsenal. Manchester United have also explored the situation of Morgan, with Carrick being a big fan. Rodgers scored 14 goals and gave 12 assists in 55 matches in all competitions for Villa last season, as Unai Emery's side won the Europa League and finished fourth in the Premier League table. Julian Alvarez responds as Atletico tell him to join Arsenal over Barcelona. Julian Alvarez remains determined to join Barcelona this summer despite Atletico Madrid trying to convince him to join Arsenal or Paris Saint-Germain instead. The former Manchester City star is currently with Argentina at the World Cup but is the subject of his club future remains a hot topic. The Gunners have made him a summer transfer target with Mikel Arteta eager to sign another forward off the back of their first Premier League title triumph in 22 years. PSG are also interested in adding him to their already fearsome attack but Alvarez's preference has been a move to the Camp Nou. Barcelona have already enraged Atletico with what they regard as a public and disrespectful pursuit of the 26-year-old. An opening bid of €100 million, £86.4 million, has been rejected by Atletico who are refusing to do business with the Catalan giants. While they are determined to hold on to their prized asset, Atletico are privately conceding they may have to sell to another club, according to Mundo Deportivo, who suggest they are trying to steer Alvarez towards Arsenal or PSG. Alvarez remains fully committed to joining Barcelona however and is resisting his club's attempts to facilitate a move elsewhere. Despite the very public admonishing they received earlier this month, Barcelona are continuing to work behind the scenes on a deal for a man they view as the long-term successor for Robert Lewandowski. While the situation is currently at a standstill, Barcelona are convinced Alvarez only wants them, having also opposed a move to PSG after Atletico discussed a deal with the European champions several weeks ago. With Alvarez's focus on Argentina's attempts to defend their World Cup crown, the saga threatens to drag across the summer. Real Madrid also entered the fray this month with the club revealing they had a €150 million offer rejected by their neighbours. It came after Florentino Perez, speaking days before he was re-elected as club president, vowed to submit a club record offer for an unnamed great player. Arsenal appear determined to add elite attacking talent this summer, with Bradley Barcola, Morgan Rodgers, and Julian Alvarez all featuring in the conversation. While Rodgers currently seems to be the club's primary target, the transfer window can change quickly, and Arsenal fans will be watching closely for the next major development. Let us know in the comments which player you would most like to see at the Emirates Stadium. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for the latest Arsenal transfer news and football updates.